Blues, a little Stevie Ray Vaughan, just a little blues. I can play just like that.
This is Sean Perry with VintageRock.com. I'm here at the Coach House here in San Juan Capistrano, actually. Just got finished watching Blackstar Riders, featuring members of Thin Lizzy. And I'm here with the opening band, White Lie. We got Dan Marks, Kevin Ray, and Michael O'Mara.
How you doing, Michael?
Fantastic, thank you.
Now, Michael sang with the band tonight. Kevin plays guitar, and he's the founding member here. And Dan plays drums. We don't have Billy the Fist, who played bass tonight, but that's okay. Anyway, so this is the first time you guys have played live, right?
Actually, this is a unique arrangement. Michael, he has a bunch of his own bands. He does True to Crew, Pyromania, tributes, covers. He's I keep telling him he's a young Robert Plant. He's like back in the day in the 70s when Robert Plant looked like the shit.
I like that young.
That's what this guy reminds me of. But he can sing anything. So he only signed up for this probably 3 days.
Well, I didn't want to do it until you said young Robert Plant. So like, well, now you got me with the young.
But 3 days ago he signed up for it because we actually had David McDonald, who's a pro singer, a really good guy, and he happened to be going on vacation today. Leaving this morning. I said, "Did you not postpone one day?" But so he's filling in for David McDonald, who's actually on the hook to do some more stuff. But in the meantime, brought in Dan Mark here on drums, who I met at your birthday, actually.
Right. That's
and
right.
I was impressed with his personality, his the way he plays drums and everything. It was like, and the way White Lie works is everybody's in like 8 different bands these days, right? Tributes, originals, sometimes they go on tour, that you got to kind of be able to work with your lineup. It's got to be open door, people come and go. It's not the old days where you're in or you're out. So people come and go and all stuff. So I've got to have multiple drummers, multiple bass players and whatnot. I try not to have too many singers. You got to have some kind of trademark on your sound. So Billy the Fist comes from London. He comes from Avenging Grace. I think both were in Attica 7, right?
Yeah, Attica 7.
So this was our first show together as this unit, and I was just really proud to have these guys on here. I mean, these guys are amazing players, all of them.
Beautiful, beautiful. Sounds like Skid Row's just hit the stage. We'll work through it. Now, I mean, you founded this band in 1982.
Actually, it was founded in 81, and it was called Tricks.
Okay.
And Tricks, for those who go back that far, Tricks was pretty heavy duty. We were selling out the Strip, we were selling out OC clubs, so pretty heavy duty. We were playing with Smile, Snow, A La Carte, Max Havoc, all the kind of what I call the pre-80s bands that set it up for the mid-80s, where you had like Dawkins and Poison and Rat and all that stuff, Warrant. But those pre-strip bands were the ones really that got the record companies paying attention to what was happening in Hollywood and OC. That's when I was in Tricks, and we were kicking ass, taking names. Around 83, we changed the name to White Lie. Right. And then we did a record in 83, and then shortly after we did the record, I got signed like everywhere. I got signed to Black Sheep on Enigma Records to do a record with them. I got signed to Green World Records to do a record with Martial Law. Right. I got signed to Michael Bolton in early '85 to go tour with him and replace Bruce Kulick, who went to Kiss. Right. And so I never got to get back to White Lie after all these tours and all these bands I got signed to. So recently, since 2009, I reformed the original band.
Fast forward 30 years.
Fast forward 30 years, and a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol, a lot of
You guys have been open a lot of shows here at the Coach House. I saw you open for UFO and Y&T, and you're kind of the go-to band here at the Coach House and open for these bands.
It goes back to old school rep. All the local promoters clubs, they know me from 30 years ago. They know I always bring a good band. I always draw. I always, handle my business, so I can pretty much get on any show in town. In fact, I hear from the national agencies before they book with the club. I already know who's coming, and I can usually get with the national agency and get on that bill before the club has it. So that's kind of how I get these. But yeah, the last 3 years has been with UFO, Michael Schenker, Quiet Riot, Y&T, Hurricane, Alcatraz, and then tonight, Blackstar Riders is basically Thin Lizzy minus one guy, Skid Row. So that's how I get these gigs. It's an old school reputation.
Cool.
Hey, is it okay if your wife comes in?
Yeah, but be quiet.
Okay. Well, the wife's coming in right now, but that's okay. Let's talk to Daniel. Daniel, Avenging Grace. Tell me about Avenging Grace. Excuse me. Tell me about the band. What are you guys up to?
Well, right now we're just doing shows. We're going to be doing some recording pretty soon. We're going to be writing some new material. I joined the band probably almost a year ago, but it's going really well. Really well. We got some really strong material, really great musicians. We're just hitting the streets, man.
Michael, yeah, well, absolutely, Michael. Tell me about what you're up to. I know you were telling me earlier you play with Pyromania and a Motley Crue tribute band. Tell me a little more about that.
Well, when I'm not doing original stuff, because I'm a professional, I know how to handle it. It looks like an SM57. When I'm not doing original stuff, I do tributes, I do covers, studio work, basically anything to keep busy. I like to keep busy. I love my wife, I love my daughter, but I love to go out and play. So,
Rock and roll! Didn't you just come back from Texas on the
Texas?
little run?
Yeah, that was I do a Motley Crue tribute band, Def Leppard, Zeppelin, cover bands.
So you're a band slut?
I think so.
Singer slut. We have our friend.
Vocal slut. Thinking about doing a Def Leppard thing with this awesome drummer that I know, and
either dissing you or telling me.
yeah. I mean, why not? I love although everybody's like, oh my God, you've got an 80s voice. I love the 70s. Love the 70s. So
Late 70s.
Deep Purple, Zeppelin, Ozzy. Oh my God. Oh.
I'm gonna.
What?
He doesn't look old.
I was gonna say though, you hit a really high note tonight that reminded me very much of a young Ian Gillan. Yeah, baby. Well, no, because Ian Gillan can't even hit those notes anymore. I had some earlier. It was quite tasty.
Earlier, to me, the vibe that I pick up from him every time I see him, it's like a young Robert Plant, early Zeppelin, when he had the low hip jeans, and when he was on the shit. That's what Michael reminds me of. His voice is better, but I'm not better than yes.
You are quite the showman, definitely.
So what's next? You guys going to do some more work together?
A whole bunch of stuff in the works. Actually, there's a bunch of more shows like this one where we're playing national acts. We've got an autism benefit concert we're doing in July. And actually, a lot of people who don't know why I lie actually do every year. I do autism benefits, cancer benefits, different kinds of things for those causes because I have people I know or friends or family that have suffered from those diseases. So I always make sure every year to do autism, cancer. We just did Metal Jam. This is autism benefit in April. Before that, we did the cancer benefit in January. And it's going to be another autism benefit in July. So I'm going to be doing that in July. And in September, October, I got some really cool gigs. I can't actually talk about them yet because I'm still in the works. But they're like this. They'll be UFO type, Michael Schenker, Quiet Riot, Y&T, Skid Row, Blackstar Riders, that kind of show.
Excellent. Well, and I do want to mention the fact that you were one of the organizers, and Dan played at the Vintage Rock party that we had in April. It was my birthday party. Billy the Fist was also a co-organizer of that show. Yeah, I apologize for that, but you would have been more than welcome. And I guess that sort of was the start of this union then.
What kindled this whole thing is because Billy the Fist was not here, unfortunately. Plays with London, but the other thing was Billy and I worked together for your birthday party to get the jam going. We had people like Chuck Wright, we had Nadir the Priest, we had Michael Oliveri from Leatherwolf. We had some really top name guys coming in through our relationships, and so Billy and I partnered on it. So when I was hanging with Billy, I got a really good vibe on him. He's a great bass player. He's a phenomenal bass player. So anytime I'm with the musicians, like really good, and we're like, we should play. So we did. And then Dan, I met that night, and
we played Burn.
Oh, we did
Burn Down. We did a Michael Schenker song.
You didn't even know each other.
No, that was the first time we actually met.
Oh, see, now you have to come back because we did a killer version of Burn. But then the week before your birthday party, actually, I had dealt with him online, and I told you there's two guys that really impressed me online. It was Mike Hardinsky and him. Just really responsive, really friendly, really accommodating. When you're trying to organize and you got people that are slow or resistive or difficult to work with, you pass them up and you go to the next guy. He was always accommodating, really nice, easy to deal with. So same with Mike Hardinsky. So that's how I got a good vibe from him first. And then we played a couple songs.
Yeah,
and I was like,
it was mutual.
So we played a couple songs. We played some hard ones too. Burn from Deep Purple. We played some hard stuff, and I was playing keyboards. I did it on guitar.
Why did I not know that? Okay.
You should know you I know. Yeah. I played both John Lord's part and Richie Blackmore's part.
Very well.
Did you have two guitars?
No, I'm not Michelangelo. Although I just played Michelangelo with Uli Roth. We did a show.
Oh my god.
An AM-related show.
I missed that. I would have been losing my mind. Who was singing?
It was Mark Bowles singing, and
I would have lost my mind.
Yeah, it was Craig Goldie, Vinny Appice.
Now, who are these guys?
It was basically it was Uli's friend.
Uli's friend. Friends of Uli.
Friends of Uli. Brothers. Yeah, that was kind of the show. So it was
Must all work at IKEA or something.
No, Uli Roth from Scorpions. Not the guy who you cuss at IKEA.
I know Uli's wife.
Okay.
I don't want to know Uli. I want to know his wife.
Uli's actually really cool. He did an interview with Uli.
Don't put that.
I've interviewed Uli several times.
Yeah, and what's your opinion of him?
He's very, very nice gentleman. Yes.
Oh my God.
He was in a bit of a hurry when we talked to him, but hey, he's Uli John Roth. He's busy.
Hurry? He still stopped.
He did.
He aged. He does. And he's a really nice guy.
People got shit to do sometimes,
I know, but you can't say fuck off.
I actually met him at the NAMM show.
That's where we
and he was very cool. I asked him for a picture, and he said no problem.
He was
a really nice guy.
Yeah, no, I mean he's totally approachable.
Yeah,
I mean he's not
He's a really nice guy, but it was basically Uli's friends. It was Uli Roth, Mark Bowles, Vinny Appice, Craig Goldie. The owner of Dean Guitars actually plays bass.
And get Denny's.
No, they're all pro guys.
Oh, pro guys.
Pro guys. So that was the whole lineup that night. So and Michelangelo was doing a guest with Uli doing Hendrix.
Where was I?
They did Little Wing.
God damn it.
You're missing all the shows. What's the deal here?
I was probably out of town.
Well, now, Michael, what do you got coming up? Tell our viewers what you have coming up. What's your next big gig coming
I
up?
would have to pull out my phone and look at my calendar. I only know where, like Tuesday or Wednesday, I look at my phone where I'm going to play this weekend, and so I knew I was playing here. Lots of out-of-town stuff. Shit's coming up yet. I got an original project that's coming up. It's a band called Talon. They did an album with me about 5 years ago. Then they did. I don't want to talk. No, that's talking shit. I'm not talking shit about them. Don't talk shit. What? Who are the guys in the band? No, it sounds bad because they did two albums. They did two albums without me, and then the record company said,
"We want the original guy."
They said, "Oh, you want to do another one? Get the original."
So that's not dissing. That's fine.
Okay, not the band.
You didn't tell them they were happy.
Go rock and roll, folks.
Not the guys.
Yeah, you're fine. But who are the guys?
It's going to be a great album.
Who are the guys though?
People you don't know.
Okay.
John,
would the industry know? Because this is going to go out to web everywhere.
Well, Talon, I think they got signed to either Frontiers or melodicrock.com. Out of Australia, the dude that does melodicrock.com, Andrew, great guy, McNeese. So I'm not really sure who they got signed with, but they were like insistent on.
Frontiers is just signing everybody these days.
It was Frontiers and the guy from Australia you're talking with in the last 10 years.
So
That's not old school.
That's why people don't know anything about what I do over here. It's all over here. Now, I played a festival over there last year, and I walked through the crowd, and it was like, oh my God. I'm like, really?
In the States,
I'm like, what?
yeah, people know you.
Oh, I was blown away. People,
Well, it's funny because I do the same thing. I played festivals in Germany, Italy, and England, and I go out there and it's huge, 100,000 people.
Yeah.
And I come back here and we're playing to 500 people, and they're like, you know, well, they actually know me here too. But it's not the same as being in Europe or wherever. We're having that 100,000 people.
There's a really solid rock fan base over in England and Europe.
All Europe. Now, in Australia, here's the thing.
And even Japan, it flows.
Here's the thing, but people don't realize. The only place metal died was in the U.S.
Yeah.
It did not die overseas. It did not die in South America.
Metal did not die at the Coach House tonight. Metal was alive.
California. I agree with that. And you know the difference. It's funny. I talk to a lot of English guys, and they have festivals over there. So like I talk to the guys in Deep Purple, for example, and they play these festivals with metal bands, and families come out and see them. And here it's a little different. And of course, South America, it's a whole different world now.
What happened was in the 90s we had the whole grunge movement, right? But it was U.S. centric. It was not international. A lot of people don't know that. So in the U.S. we had this whole thing: rock and roll's dead, metal's dead, blah blah. That was U.S. centric. South America never stopped. Europe never stopped. Australia never stopped. Neither did Asia. They kept going with metal. They never stopped.
Huge fan.
I still got people that from Japan, from Germany, from Europe that still are in full contact from stuff I did in the 70s and the 80s. So metal never died anywhere else but here for a short period of time. And that only lasts 5 years.
Even when I'm over there, like the fans will say, hey,
They are. They sound good.
coming up next is like Moose Knuckle or Shave That Thing. And I'm like, I've never heard of these bands.
He just did a tie-in, Moose Knuckle. I don't think it was close. I don't for Moose Knuckle. It's a technical.
It's a great band.
It is. It's also great.
Okay. Well, you got a little story. Okay. Okay.
Do you know what a Moose Knuckle is?
I don't.
No.
Okay. You ever heard of camel toe, right? Yeah. Okay, when a guy's wearing shorts too tight, that's a moose knuckle. It's a moose that's got a thing that's all fucked up.
What's your next gigs coming up?
I got a show, I believe it's the 21st of next month. I have to check my calendar to see where it's at. That's with Avenging Grace.
Okay. You got a Facebook page?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page, Avenging Grace. Avenging Grace.
Avenging Grace?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And AvengingGrace.com as well?
I don't think so, yeah.
Okay.
No. Just on Facebook.
Okay. Well, we'll tell people to go look for Avenging Grace on Facebook. And you're on Facebook as well, White Live?
Facebook,
yeah, you are.
In fact, I'm also the media guy. All promo, advertisements, flyers, web presence, media interviews, all the stuff I usually coordinate.
And come check me out at vintagerock.com.
I like the way they say things. All right, well, on that note, we will end it. We got to go check out Skid Row, but thank you. White Live. Here from live Coach House. Thanks a lot.
Keep going.
Holding hand in hand, love letters in the sand. I'll be there for you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, Shawn.
Thank you. All right, guys. Glad we got it done.
All right.
Hey, wait a minute.
There you go.
No.